Okay, we're recording now. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. We're back for session 10 of Memento Mori. We skipped last week. Sorry, patrons. We don't have a video. We were a little busy with Blackbirds. But, new one coming, so that's cool. Oh yeah, Blackbirds is on Kickstarter.
Nice.
I supported it.
Will this go up before the Kickstarter is over? It has 24 days left.
Yeah,
just in time.
yes.
That's right.
Right at the end.
I think it will. So this will be the only time we can actually promote Blackbirds. Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end, so that way they know to go support it right at the end, right?
Yeah, we should do like an affiliate link or something. I don't know, whatever. Support Blackbirds. That'd be awfully awesome if you would.
Is it funded yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Funded for like
Times
minutes.
3.
Yeah.
Times
I think it's 108,000 right now or something like that. More. Some cool stuff we want to unlock. But thank you for your support and thank you for backing, Sarah. My expectation is that everybody at this table backs the campaign. And not just for $1, Mike.
Hey, I did 10 last time.
Fair point.
That was 10 whole dollars.
That was $10 whole. Okay, so we got initiative done already. Let's roll for coins. Let me know if you get a 6, because I want another misfortune token.
Nope, I got a 1.
Aww.
6.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So always the same person.
Okay.
Was it Nick again?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nick or Adam, it's one of those two.
Yeah, it's Adam.
So
Adam's that guy. Thanks, Adam. Seriously, thank you.
I do it just for you, yes. That's
Two
exactly what I do.
misfortune tokens. Okay.
I'm going to use a coin to turn my five.
That's right. Can I use a coin? I can actually use a coin to turn that into 6 and get it back. Oh crap! I just broke the game.
Yeah.
I just broke the game. Actually, you can only do it on D6 Chaos or Fury dice, and this is technically just a 1D6. Actually, it is a Chaos die in the book. So technically, we could just infinite loop break this game. We just exploited the game.
So are we just going to sit here all night while you go, this is a 6, and take the coin back?
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
This
Cool.
is the
This
game
is a
now.
6.
we can make that Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. We should.
How
like,
to break the game.
You know
for
those,
no reason.
You know that 45-minute long video of like the guy, I don't know, like those long videos of somebody drinking whiskey. We could do like a long video of somebody breaking the game, constantly reclaiming the same coin for spending.
It reminds me, there's this
basic-
TikTok of this guy that's like,
Sponge for your nose.
oh no, my aloe
Yeah,
vera
it
plant's
sounds
been
like
hurt.
that.
He
That's
snaps
really
up a piece of
nice,
aloe vera and rubs it on the plant, and then he looks at where he broke, and he goes, oh no, my aloe vera. I watch it.
So there's our Zweihander hack of the night. Let's talk about last game session. I realize it's been 2 weeks. Kay, do you mind maybe starting?
3 for some of us.
Yeah, 3 for Tim because Tim was out.
Sure.
Dirty work.
That's right.
Right.
I wanna do your
So we started at the Harker house, still trying to decide if we were okay with selling horses.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So you were with Lady Aurora Parker, and she wanted to know if you were to take her up on her offer. And what happened?
And we told her that we sometimes tend to make our own bodies as opposed to having bodies from the graves, and would those be okay to bring? And she said so long as they've been sanctified. To which we said, well, we got somebody who knows some religious things, and Chuckles spoke up about that one.
Yeah.
Who's that person who knows some Oh, yeah, Chuckles does some religious things. So you're going to go murder somebody and sanctify the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So you agreed, and then you gained some corruption, I believe, for that.
Yeah, and then with the fieldy.
And then I do have a note here that I looked at some of the faces of some of the people that were the cannibals to remember that.
That's right. Fine young cannibals, all of them.
So it has been 39 days. She said to give it 3 weeks, I believe, is what she's asking. No, 1 month. We had 1 month to come up with a body.
That's right. She said we'll start small. Signed your contract in blood, because that's not unusual or anything.
Yeah.
And that
You
ended
guys
up with
did what?
Yeah. Ended up with a vow of
Can
fealty.
we kill her? People?
Yeah,
let's do it.
I like that twist.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't vow to not kill her.
That's true.
Now it frees us from the contract.
There was no, like, we can kill anybody we want, right?
Yeah.
Do we know anybody at that party? You know everybody at that
So,
party. Right?
the one thing that everyone, this includes you, Tim, as well,
Okay.
everyone's under a vow of fealty to her to fulfill the promise. So, a vow of fealty.
So I signed this.
We can assume everybody did. Yeah, it was kind of an all-in situation.
Luster was very not for signing contracts, because of his blitzball career days.
But we weren't going to make it out of there
Yeah, so
if we didn't.
Yeah.
you have to, if you break the vow, it drops your brawn by minus 10% until you appeal to her to lift the magic or complete the task you were charged to do.
So
once
her
you
being-
fulfill the first vow, though, it's done.
Her being dead would lift the vow, technically.
Modern
Because
problems,
we
modern
wouldn't
solutions.
owe to her.
That's right. She'd be dead.
I can say as a lawyer, that might not always be
As your
entirely true.
As your lawyer.
As your lawyer.
I studied
Oh yeah,
vows of
Sarah passed the
fealties.
bar. Oh God.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's a lawyer now.
Lawyer.
And then, so from there, after working out our contract negotiations, we went and saw Ethel Flowers at the Dregs because there was a note in the newspaper, newsletter, whatever, that we found saying that the sewer had overflowed and a bunch of golden coins and a bunch of random coins had flowed out into the streets with it.
Yeah.
So we went to the Dregs because Ethel Flowers was one of the people that was mentioned in the story.
That's right. So you go to the Dregs, like the worst part of Slaughter Pine, where
Yeah, Hiram's.
Hiram's from. And Ethel Flowers is near that well, right?
Huh.
And she's clearly like pulling the wool over everybody's eyes, like they put coins in.
Not everybody.
Not everyone. But everyone's clearly out for themselves
I know
there,
you're great.
right? Because every person you encountered asked for money. What happened? Like what happened after you talked to Ethel? Well, she says that like
I tried to kill her.
That's right. The night after. That's right. You did try to kill her. The night after the rain, all these coins came flowing out from the sewers, and people took them. Specifically, 3 people.
And the greediest 3 got killed.
Well, 4 people took them because technically she did too.
So who are the victims, and how did they pass?
The one guy we went and saw, his friend was staring at the wall, and he fell
mural.
off the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An artist.
A mural.
The artist, yeah, he fell off the ladder. The other one had the shed fall on her. It was a woman.
Her shack, yeah, I think.
Shack.
And then another one was trampled by a horse.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
In fact, the one who was trampled by a horse was one of Wilson's contacts.
Okay.
The woman in front of Whiskey Sawbones.
Yeah.
The homeless person, the refugee.
Why are you killing my people, man?
You just can't help it.
People have basically the long and short of it is people have so this terrible rain came. You remember the terrible rain that came the night that you decided to jump on the back of that carriage? That night, unbeknownst to you, like these coins washed up out of the sewer. The water kind of came out of beneath the Slaughter Pine, and coins washed across all the dregs. And 4 people who gathered the coins. Of the 4, 3 have died under mysterious circumstances. Very mysterious, in fact, because you actually discovered something about the fallen shack, I believe.
Yes. So I lifted the beams in the shack, took it apart, and we found gnaw marks that matched the ones that were on the coins.
Yeah.
And then we checked the ladder and actually saw gnaw marks on the bottom of the ladder as well. And then there was gnaw marks on the reins for the horse.
Yeah, so we kind of concluded the adventure that session that night at the Whiskey Sawbones with Dr. Drake. What did Dr. Drake tell you? Does anyone remember? Who's not Kay? First off, whose horse trampled them?
His horse.
His horse,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it was his horse, and then there was a storm horse, which actually got along well with the girl, so it's kind of surprising that,
That's right.
yeah, it would trample her. So, yeah, something's just really gnawing us about this. There's something off.
There's someone who's being very naughty.
Yeah, naughty.
That's right. So we will.
And the horse had been bitten.
That's right. The horse has been bitten. That's right.
Maybe once we figure it out, we'll be in shock and awe.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
Just
Are
started.
you counting?
Yeah.
Faye?
Just started.
So back when we used to be on strike, I would just sit and count every time somebody did a pun. And then the joke was that we lost 10 experience every time, and we always netted negatively.
Yeah, we always do that. That's true.
We really tried our artist. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. But yeah, so
It was all for naught.
it was all for naught. Yeah. So yeah, our story begins tonight, this evening, outside of the Whiskey Sawbones, and it is as it was before when you were here. It is raining. You had just examined the storm horse that was tied to the hitching post. You made the discovery, right? You made the discovery about the reins being bitten.
We went back to Ethel Flowers and we traded her spooky coins for our good ones.
Yeah, now we have. Someone has the cursed coins.
I have some.
And I have some.
Not me.
The poo-poo coins.
So you're
Shit coins.
It's the shit coins.
It's a new currency.
So you're standing underneath the porch, so to speak, out front of the Whiskey Sawbones, looking out into the darkness. It's raining, which is good because that means any light that's coming through the city will reflect off of the rain. And there's a little bit of a light fog. So it's actually kind of a dense gray light lingering along the ground, along the broken cobble and muddy ruts that make up the dregs. As you turn about toward Dr. Drake's Whiskey Sawbones, where he treats the people who've been hurt, including yourselves, you can see the blown glass windows with light coming from behind him from candles. You can't see him; it just looks kind of misshapen. I seem to recall, though, you struck a deal with Dr. Drake. Like he wants you to find out what happened to this to Rory. Though
Otherwise, he'll be blamed.
yeah, because he's very afraid that that it's his horse who trampled the young woman, and that he'll be blamed by the Night Watch. And potentially,
we would have helped you anyway.
yeah. But he said
Twist our arm.
he said specifically if you can figure out what happened, that he will reduce all his services to you by half,
Yeah.
including selling you medicines.
Nice. So we can give him that regular price.
That's right. Before the eternal night came.
Why does this feel like a car dealership? They up the car by 20%, and they're like, "I'll give you 15% off." Thanks, Doc.
You've no doubt. Anybody here have a skill rank and bargain? Nope.
Easy come, easy go.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, okay. Yeah, this is a real ripoff. The whole city, this whole thing, the eternal night. How dare they raise the prices on you? That's your kind of takeaway from this.
Rich man getting richer.
That's right.
Yeah.
But Rory Mack, she of course died here in front of the Whiskey Sawbones, and you can see that clad in an iron chain around its hooves is the storm horse, a huffing black mare. Dr. Drake's storm horse, a mare named
He's got a
Midnight.
storm horse?
Yeah, named Midnight.
He's rich.
Yeah, he's rich. He lives in the dregs and rides a storm horse. Are you sure he's not the one throwing coins and killing people?
Yeah. So you know that there were basically three victims. There's Fanny Furwick, the one where the house had collapsed. There was I apologize, Rory Mack, the young person who was trampled, and there was Garland. Garland was the artist. Remember, you found his friend Silas, the elderly hipster who was getting a tattoo down the road. His friend was getting he's putting an installation on the wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you've agreed to somehow bring this to an end. And you know that, kind of thinking about this, if you're intending to figure out what's beneath the city, the best place to go is to probably visit the Night Soil Chief. Who's from the Dregs? You're from the Dregs. Yeah, you know that the Slaughter Pine Sewer Authority are the people, are the gong farmers and night soilmen of the city. The people who attend to scraping the gongs, cleaning the pipes, ensuring that the sewers are unplugged. Surely they would know something. And we'll begin here.
We're standing outside in the storm. I'm like, look up towards the sky. Well, probably not the best idea to go down the sewers right now, but I imagine we can talk to the shit scrapers. They probably got something. They probably know something about what's going on.
That
They
makes
pick their
sense.
brains.
Yeah, if shit's going down in the city, they're gonna know about it.
That's their business.
That one gets a pass, Kay. That's pretty good. I'm just saying, that one gets a pass.
I never said that the quality mattered.
Some says she's a
Because
laughing
normally
too.
the quality is not.
No, it's usually
Very clever. Yeah, so to your point, what do you want? Where do you want to go from here?
Well, everyone all right with that? Go down and talk to them.
I suppose. Though you'd think that if, a bunch of shit water came up and it was full of a bunch of gold, at least one of them would have grabbed one, right?
Well,
maybe they did.
maybe they did. Maybe they got killed too. Maybe they knew it was better not to be too. Maybe they just know that to be careful about that sort of thing.
Huh.
The lightning flashes in the sky. No stars to be seen, no moon nor anything, just darkness beyond the light.
Well,
Everyone knows even before the Eternal Night, there's no free lunch in this city.
If there's one thing that's made very evident here in the directs is that people live under crushing poverty. The Slaughter Pine Noble Council and the high fancy folk you saw in Society of Ale are a stark contrast to this dilapidated, underkept part of Slaughter Pine. It's no wonder that people like Hiram turn to snake oil,
Grave robbing.
and snake oil selling and
If
grifting and whatever else they can do to get by. Why? Because the people in Society of Ale don't care. So why should the people in the directs?
you want to get around in here, you got to be like the next guy. Honest Dave begging.
Alright, well, which way to the shit fields?
I'll lead the way.
Getting to the Slaughter Pine Sewer Authority does not take long, but you do need to mark an hour off your lamp. Whoever currently has the light. You can hear the barking and yapping of dogs, mangy mutts that you oftentimes have to clap your hands to get away from you. They're loud, annoying, and always in the streets. You come upon this squat one-story building at the edge of the direct that just reeks of excrement. You can see an open carriage door on one side of the structure that seems to reveal the entirety of the Slaughter Pine Sewer Authority is literally just one large open room. In fact, because the carriage door is open, you can see that there's a man sitting behind a desk with a single sputtering candle. He seems to be busy scrawling something. You know this fellow, Hiram. His name is Arlo Stuhlman. No pun intended.
I'm sure it was.
It was.
I walk up to the desk and stand there and wait for him to finish scrawling whatever he's doing.
As you all walk in through the open carriage door, just open to the night, you can see waiters, nets, rusty poles hanging on the walls where the night soilmen, as they're called, do their dirty work. Both day and night. Well, now just strictly at night, but also below Slaughter Pine, below the city. You don't really know much about the sewer system, none of you really do, you just know that it's there. A tiny man, Airedane man, with round spectacles, he wears the waders of a night soil worker, is sitting at a desk. He looks up from their records and he greets you with a smile. Welcome to the Slaughter Pine Sewer Authority. How can I assist you today? In a very nonchalant, very semi-official way. Like the man doesn't have airs about him, but he clearly knows he knows that they fulfill an important role in the city. Seeing to the filth and dreck that comes from Society of Ale and elsewhere.
I kind of make some light small talk before I get down to business. Oh, how's things going around here?
Oh, fair enough. He kind of shares a bit of small talk. He looks at everyone behind you and is a little unsure what to make of this. Are your sewers plugged, he says as he puts the pen down. I can send someone in a fortnight.
Oh, you know me.
He
I'm
would be
pretty
fine.
itinerant around here. Rarely keep one
Yeah. So there's-
keep one place in 2 nights in a row. We're looking into seeing what's going on with the old coin coming up from the sewer the other night and all the what happens we read about in the papers.
Huh? He kind of
You know,
he draws back a little bit at the suggestion.
you know.
Are you with the Night Watch? He says, kind of putting his pen down and kind of sliding a chair back and closing the book,
No,
like
we,
he's about to get up and run.
no, we actually try to get things done around here.
Say, do we know each other? He says.
No, name Chuckle is your name?
This is Arlo.
Arlo, now we know each other.
He reaches back underneath the table. You're the rat catchers, aren't you? He says.
That's what they're calling us. in the
I've heard
papers.
plenty about you, all right. He smiles. Rat catching you do, eh? Well, plenty of rats around the drags, I suppose. Unfortunately, we're not looking for gong farmers, so, you know, we're up to here and work.
Well, we weren't looking to take your job or nothing, but you know.
Certainly you're not that desperate. Well,
We're looking to go down there and poke around a bit, see what's going on.
in
See,
the gutters, he says.
Yeah, you know, there's some strange going on. There's something, you know, evidence to make us think that someone's coming and going. They're doing all sorts of nefarious deeds, killing someone. Maybe there's a beastie down there.
Oh, there's plenty of nasty critters down in the gutters.
Biggins,
all right.
biggins.
Oh, bigger than you can imagine. Say, do you have some sort of writ or something from the Noble Council? We can't just let anybody down there, you know?
Oh, come now, it's a sewer.
It's not just a sewer, it's a noble appointment to Slaughterpine, he says.
What if we were to writ something else?
What do you mean? He inquires.
Well, you know who we are. Maybe, I don't know, like well wishes to friends and stuff.
Come on, we're famous. Just you know, let us on down.
Well, you know, the Slaughterpine Noble Council, my employers, are very happy with my services. You know, they've never had a single clean sewer ever back up since I was put in charge, and if I was just letting people like you wander around there willis-nillis, as they say, well, you know, it could upset the flow of things.
I get what you mean.
The clean flow, back and forth, you see?
I'd hate to put a stop in your plans.
The smell of excrement is pretty strong here. In fact, behind him you can see what looks like a fire pole, and there are these two metal like plates in the floor, where clearly that's how they get down into the sewers.
Does he appear to be hiding something?
Yeah, that was the next thing.
He looks uncomfortable with the conversation.
Bonus bonus.
Something reeks here, but you can't put your finger on it.
And willpower bonus.
Well,
If you don't mind for a minute.
yeah.
I mean, you're right. Obviously, things haven't backed up until they did last week. And a bunch of coins overflowed into the entire sewer system. And, you know, I would assume those coins came from somewhere. And I don't know, if I was somebody from Society Vale and I heard that a whole bunch of gold coins were coming, there might be a lot of rumors that might be going around my area of where those gold coins came from and why were they in the sewer, and maybe the night soilmen should be possibly looking into this. But it seems to me that if you're up to here with the things that you've got to do, why would you be the ones going through the sewer when there might be somebody else who could?
He ponders this for a moment. Roll a routine bargain test.
Okay. 60% on that. That was crack. 36. So
Nice.
yep, got it.
Well, I suppose you no need to raise a stink over this. You do make a good point. So,
I'm not adding that one.
that's right.
I'm at 8 actually.
To be fair, some of my workers have reported some trouble in the sewers from time to time. Most recently, of course, since this eternal night fell, as they call it in the Engager.
How about since this deluge? As I motion towards the outside.
He ponders for a moment. Well, you know we do the best we can, but the gutters and the dregs get backed up and can flood frequently. I mean, this is the oldest part of Slaughter Pine. And when it rains, it pours, as they say, but no rain such as these in quite some time, save for the big one. Do you remember the big one? Came like a few days after the eternal night fell.
Well, if we're going to be assisting each other, because see, look, I feel like we can help each other out here in this particular situation. And if we're going to be assisting each other, you should probably let us know about some things. You said there's critters happen to run around down there.
Well,
elaborate, maybe.
Well, yeah, you know, sometimes when we're down there and something just doesn't smell right, so we run into trouble from time to time. Unpleasant critters live down there. And it's certainly gotten worse since the eternal night fell. I mean, between you and me and the shitpost, my workers have reported seeing rats as big as dogs down there. And almost...
Zentis water panthers?
Maybe. But even
No,
more...
no,
Even
they always
more...
say that they're there.
Yes, but something far more nefarious than that. Something that just smells to high hell. Enormous, sizzling piles of shit come to life. My workers swear they see those things. My order to them is, if you see anything unusual, get the hell out. If it doesn't smell right, get out of there before the whole water flushes you out.
So, the overflow that happened a couple days back, do you happen to know if any of your men say, I don't know, all of a sudden had a lot more purchases right after that?
Well, the Night Soil Collective is men and women, madam, just to be clear. But more importantly, the Slaughter Pine Noble Council keeps us rather busy in Society Vale and Market Hill, so none of my workers really work in the drags. We mostly just live here, but most of the work is done uphill. You know how they say, though. You know where shit goes.
To the dregs.
That's right.
It rolls downhill too.
So, no, I can't say none of my workers have put in their notice or gotten that much richer. And you know how folk are. They would certainly talk about it. But I did hear that some people had mysteriously gotten some accidents around the dregs. Like unusual accidents. Not like what happened back in Bargetown with that poor woman and her son.
Yeah, didn't you read about it in the papers?
I did. Sad state of affairs. You know, murders and kidnappings aren't common here in Slaughter Pine. But then again, I never thought the sun and moon would be blotted out by a massive dome of darkness, but here we are. Shit out of luck.
That's what we're looking into, them murders. Or
Well,
deaths, or whatever you want to call it. Something's happening.
So what do you think?
You
You're
think
gonna
it's
get-
underneath the city? He inquires.
Well, it seems that everyone that was taking all them coins that were coming up got killed.
Oh, I see. Well,
We just wanted to poke around there, you know. See, being as how you said you lot had only been working up the hill, maybe there's some, who knows what's it down here around the dregs underneath.
well,
Since you hadn't been looking around.
I mean, this isn't technically our jurisdiction, so to speak, but
No harm, no foul, then, right?
I am the Night Soil Chief, so I suppose to some degree I'm the decider, as they say.
Well, you
Yeah, and if you need rats to be caught, who better than to send us?
Well, I
You-
know
you-
that you're rat catchers, yes, but
I mean, you
rats the size of dogs?
you act
Usually
like
they're
this is
the
the
size
only
of
opening to the sewer. It's not like we can just go whenever we want.
River rats are bigger.
Well, that's true. The only opening into the sewer is literally right behind me, unless you know where to look. You can always try the well.
know, maybe we could find out what we need to do to get in. Otherwise, maybe you'd have told us to scat.
The well and the sewer are together?
So the well and the dregs, the well square, there's a well that leads down into the sewers, yes. I mean, you have to remember that before the sewer system we use was created, cisterns and wells were hand-dug and trenched beneath the borough. In fact, many of those old structures here in the dregs were incorporated into the current sewer system. The well is one of the oldest trenches dug in Solopine, you see.
That's why you don't drink the water around here.
And here I thought that well was just a tourist trap.
No, he meant Ethel Flowers.
Yeah, we met her.
Look, if you need my permission to go rooting around in the filth beneath the city, I'm not going to stop you. But, that being said, I suppose my people have reported some trouble down there. Maybe we can strike a deal. Something that's good for you and for me.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend us some of them waiters and whatnot so we can sift through the filth a bit easier.
We'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge in just a moment. Let me unfurl this first. Here's what I say. The Night Soul Collective has been complaining about dog-sized rodents beneath the city. Now, I have no doubt that some of this may just be stories and hoopla. So if you bring me evidence that this is true, I'll pay you 5 crowns. Then, at least I can take it to the Noble Council and maybe they'll do something. Give us a grant or something, or, maybe send a night watchman our way or so to take care of the rest of the filth.
Yeah.
Mop it up, so to speak.
Alright, well, if we come across one, we'll bring you home a big old rat tail.
Let's hope that you don't. Let's hope that it's just stories.
I'm just saying, if it's there, it's there, and we'll bring you some proof.
Well,
One other note.
yes, he says.
I appreciate the offer, obviously. It's very generous. But as I count, there are 6 people here, and I don't really like going to a money exchanger, so what do you say maybe we go to 6 gold instead?
Roll bargain test. This will be routine.
Man, with 6 gold coins, we'll be flush.
11. Did not get that one.
Well, I'm afraid it's a bridge too far.
Alright.
It's not like we're flush with coin.
Well, you are. It just came out of the sewers at this point.
'Twas none of ours, that's for sure.
Literally.
Anyone who was between you, me, and the ship hole, if anyone is foolish enough to leave coin behind in the sewers, first, you shouldn't be in the sewers, and 2, it's your own dumb luck.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, do you think anybody in Society Vale really cares if 5 gold crowns go missing?
No.
Who else would have 5 gold crowns in this city? Wouldn't be one from the dregs. Maybe a lot of you, being as you are well-to-do now, but no less.
Dregs? Don't you have 5 gold coins? Because you're going to pay us 5 gold coins. And you're from the dregs.
Well, yes, when the job is done.
But whoa. You just said nobody from here has 5 gold coins.
Well, you don't wipe until after you shit. So first you need to take care of the shit, and then we'll wipe with 5 gold coins.
Yeah.
I'll take care of you, don't worry. My word is golden. I'm the Night Sword Chief, after all.
Yeah.
He smiles, a toothless smile.
All right.
So back to you.
He spits in his hand.
I spit in mine and
Yeah.
shake.
It's a deal, he says.
So what?
As for waiters, certainly you can borrow those. He kind of stands up, and he's a very small man with a very deep, gravelly voice. He's like maybe 5 foot tall at best in his boots. He walks over and points to the waiters. You can wear these, or we can wear these. Now, I will say that it smells pretty bad down there, and knowing that some of you or probably will be offended by the smell, you probably want to perfume your scarf.
Hey.
I can take care of that perfume for you for the low price of 5 shilling. I can sell you a vial of perfume each.
I'll take it.
Need a vial a piece?
It's Pretty foul down there.
Let me smell it first.
It's
perfume was
offensive,
down there.
but it's offensive. But I truly assure you, it's worse than the offal you'll smell down there. He reaches into this little desk, into this little kind of chest of drawers near where the waiters are. So it's almost like imagine like a fireman station. It's kind of like how I'm picturing this, but it's like all the accoutrements you would need, like scrapers, hose, shovels, wheelbarrows, dirty, what looked like muddy, was actually clearly covered in shit, boots, leather aprons.
Here's
and
where I
these-
need that drawback from last time.
Yeah.
That
And
good smell.
yeah. So it's these little vials, and he says, "I'm gonna warn you,
Yeah.
don't inhale too deeply, or it's gonna knock you on your feet."
I'll go ahead and take one
He
too.
pops it off. You smell it. Whoo! Yeah, it's equivalent. So a vial of perfume is 5 shilling. Now, I can subtract that from the coin that I'm going to pay you.
Yeah, I'll pay you up front.
Me too.
You giving it to me now?
I appreciate that. He says. We can do the maths afterward, but that's fine. He says.
Yeah.
So everyone put a vial of perfume on their sheet, and if you get in a pinch, you can use a vial of perfume as a dose of smelling salts. However, it is then expended. It is essentially amyl nitrate, but perfume. So you'll probably need these waders, maybe some rope, unless you want to go down here. But trust me, you don't want to go down the pole. I'd
Alright.
recommend the well, he says. That's the fastest means of ingress and to be fair, it's closest to where I heard all the shit water came out, right? Near
makes
Well
sense.
Square. Or you can go here, it's just a little bit of a trek underground and we don't really keep maps, he says.
Do you
No
have
maps?
Now we know it like the back of our hand. You smell your way to where it's cleanest. You develop a nose for these things, being a night soilman over time.
So you just follow your nose.
That's right, and those who are new to the job either sink or swim.
Are you giving us a rope?
Yeah.
Well, sure, you can borrow a rope, I suppose.
I'll
Yeah.
take a rope.
Yeah. He will give you 10 yards of rope. So yes, so if you're going to go to where the water came up, it's going to be near the cistern, near the well, right? If you want to go here, well, you're going to have to go halfway across the drags. It's entirely up to you. Just keep in mind that here, he points toward the pole, is nearest to the sewers, and there, and he kind of motions outward outside the carriage door to the where the well would be across the drags. You will be closest to where the gutters are, he says.
So
So the gutters or the sewers, it's up to you.
gutters where the money was at.
Yeah.
It's also closer to where everyone got killed. So
Right.
All right. Let's go there.
He hands you a very dirty rope. Remember, if it smells clean, you're getting too far outside the dregs. If you're above ground, that's westerly. So if you're going west, you know it won't smell nearly as bad because you're near Society Vale. If you're going easterly or southerly, you're in the dregs. If you go a little northerly, you're closer to Market Hill. But you'll know most of the chambers toward Market Hill kind of wind their way up a big muddy hill. He says, even underground.
All right.
What are we doing this for again? And above board.
5 golden coins.
That does not even sound.
It's
what we're-
because a bunch of coins flowed out from the
right.
sewer.
And I remember all that.
All those people got killed. We're trying to figure out what the source of what killed them and what released
We're doing
the
side
coins.
quests so that way we can level up for the boss.
Oh, okay. That's what this kind of sounds like.
It is. I think everything's kind of a side quest though.
And we need to murder somebody at some point.
No, we got that figured out.
We do?
Yeah, we're killing somebody from the party,
Potentially.
and we're gonna bring him back to him. Be like, there you go.
Here's your
You're going to
friend.
stalk one of them.
5 minutes.
Pick off the
to
ghouls
think.
one by one.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
We can kill more than one.
What
And we'll get a
profession?
bonus.
Sorry, real quick aside. What profession did you move into for Wilson?
Well, I was gonna do. Well, what I picked doesn't make any sense, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
What did you choose though?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna stay with it.
Conjurer.
Yeah.
You want to do something else instead of Conditori?
Well, it's got 2 intelligence bonus scores for some reason, but it's really silly. I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't notice it until after I wrote everything else down, so I'm gonna have to.
We'll get an alternative.
Yeah.
That's fine. Stick with it for now. So, so to the gutters and not to the sewer?
Because I love the Soldier of Fortune thing.
Well, you head
These are supposed to be
back out into the streets of Slaughter Pine. It's storming, it's raining, it's just, in general, just kind of a unpleasant all through the city. And as you get closer to the well,
Where's the other intelligence?
that's when you smell
Why
it.
doesn't make any sense.
That's when you smell the shit that wafts up out of the well. Like it's clear that like even in the rains right now, the water is probably high down there, but you can smell shit wafting from the well. You throw your rope over?
I thought there was a ladder.
No.
Yeah, you mentioned some sort of way down. If that old lady can climb down there, it can't be too hard.
Yeah. You look over and there's no ladder there. She must
I
have
got
taken
the
it.
rope.
Oh, okay. Is she around?
In this storm? No.
No, okay.
Everyone's inside. It's raining.
We're gonna go into the sewers while it's raining.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Don't worry about it. Don't get too hard.
All right.
Don't smell too hard.
I'll throw the rope over and hold it while you guys all go down.
Oh, you could tie it against the. You could tie it off against the winch that
I
brings
need
up
to
the
take
bucket.
it with me.
Oh, okay.
How are you gonna get down then?
What does he
Gonna
stop say?
Jump.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna. What'd you say?
How are you getting down if you're gonna untie it?
I'm going to go down and I'm gonna put my hands on the side of the well and my legs.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna climb down like that with the rope around my neck so I can have it with me.
I believe in you.
How are we
need
gonna
it.
get back?
We'll go up through the
If we could find the ship hole.
If we can
the
find
ship
it.
hole.
If we can find it,
Yeah, we may not know where it is.
I don't recommend taking that with us.
How deep is the well?
Well, you get there, and you look down, and you say it's probably 15 feet down.
5 yards.
5 yards. Yeah.
5 yards.
I mean, it's
I
only
need the
5 to
rope.
6, right?
Well,
What do you need the rope for?
I just need it.
Why are you so
You'll
obsessed
see
with rope?
later.
Cut the rope
I
in
do.
half when you get to the bottom.
I'll
What do
cut some off. When we get down there, I'll cut the rope, and then we can.
How many
still
yards
get
rope did
back
you
up.
get?
I only got 10 feet. All right.
10 yards.
10 yards.
Oh,
I
10
mean,
yards?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have 30 feet.
great.
30
okay,
feet.
I will cut the rope when we get down there, and I'll
Okay.
take 5 yards of it.
You
Take
tie the
6.
rope off, and
We could probably reach 3.
I only need 5.
Okay.
you start shimming down the rope. Everyone make an easy athletics test. Rope's a little slick with water. It smells.
Of course it smells.
Muddy.
78.
Everything smells.
25.
I'll take my time.
Okay, go ahead and make it routine.
Okay.
One.
You mean trivial?
Where is that?
You mean trivial?
Yeah, sorry. Trivial. My fault.
Broad as the top.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
An easy.
79.
I would like to use a coin to.
I will
That is 78%.
Should have taken it slow.
I'm good.
Yes, I should have.
Success.
I'm so sorry. Anyone want to re-roll the coin? No? Okay. You descend down the rope, and you take it carefully. So you take your time. So you just shimmy down. Splat goes Wilson. As you fall, Wilson,
Oh.
you suffer 7 damage.
I suffered.
Real quick clarification: falling damage. You do not add your damage threshold modifier from armor.
No, son of a squirrel.
So it's just your. Just
Yeah, what's your brawn
brawn.
bonus?
6.
Yeah, so it gets you.
Yeah. So you're lightly wounded. By the way, I'll have a new character sheet next week with skills.
hurt.
Alphabet.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a cool new sheet.
we changed that, right? Hurt is now.
Just lightly wounded or hurt. It
Okay.
should be lightly wounded. It's fine. We're using Zweihander stuff. We're not using Flames
okay.
of Freedom stuff. We're using this. So.
Well, that was not smart. I guess I should have taken the coin.
When we get down there, I cut the rope.
You cut. Well, mark off an hour of lamp while, and you're down in the sewers. You know that the wishing well, as it's called here, is interconnected to a number of tunnels beneath Slaughter Pine's sewer system. And they radiate outward, like almost like a spokes of a wheel. There are 8 separate, short, vaulted tunnels, and the water seems to collect down here, intermingle with about 6 inches of ship water, just trenched in the middle of the muck and mud. The ceilings here are fairly low, like they almost look like they're vaulted, so they kind of like almost just slightly above your head, and they're very narrow too. So like imagine like something like this around you. This is clearly meant to funnel water, and all of these spokes from the center cylinder here, down from the well, actually radiates outward and down, deeper beneath the city. You look up and you can see the rain kind of coming down the well overhead, and a little bit of the light that is in the city. Water sloshes here and there.
Was that a rat of a Nor size?
What's that?
It's unusual to eat.
Oh,
Rodents. Been on this size, but
rodents.
ROUSs? I don't believe they exist.
Let's go for a less wet one here. Let's go for a- You hear flies buzzing around and gnats. And as you get down there, the smell is offensive. How do you allow one last one in? Yeah, so you can see flowing through with excrement, very tight stone tunnels that seem to really swallow the light. Like the wall, they're wet. It's clear that these sewers were built, I wouldn't say recently, but they're not hand dug. But they are, like, there's stone that's kind of been fitted together, almost like you can imagine like what a dungeon would look like. This is kind of like what it looks like, but it's clearly meant to funnel water and shit beneath the city, and likely washing out eventually to the Brightwater River would be your guess. It probably goes right underneath Bargetown and eventually flows out into the river. You all put your scarves on with the perfume. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Ugh. The smell's pretty bad. And it doesn't really do all that much to cover the smell. It's possible that the Night Soul Chief, Arla Stuhlman,
robbed us.
took you for the proverbial ride. Or maybe it's just good enough for them. It's hard to say. Desperate people, desperate times. Here you are. Who would have thought, Wilson? You'd be beneath the sewers, crawling around in the shit and muck of all the rich folk above. Because that's whose shit you're standing in.
I've drug you down into the dregs and below.
Who's wearing waders?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody was putting them on.
If you're wearing waders, you gain the clumsy quality. Waders, and you need to write this down in your character sheet. You gain the clumsy quality. Clumsy means that you flip to fail athletics and stealth tests. But, you know, who's not wearing waders? Raise your hand. Everybody is?
Gotta keep my Sunday best. Fine.
Your Sunday. My
Sunday.
Sunday.
My Sunday best.
Yeah, the smell is pretty rancid down here. It's bad. Where do you want to go?
We're all wearing it.
I want to just take in the sights of this lovely room and see what exits there are. Which way can we go?
Yeah, there are literally 8 different vaults leading out from here, all of a similar size and shape. Like, imagine that you're in like a small room that's just a slight cylinder and widens out into like a perfectly round room of flagstone with a low water and shit kind of in the midst of it. Mm-hmm. Radiating outward are 8 tunnels of similar size and shape, the height of a person, and narrow. Wet, smelly.
Is there water coming? I mean, it's not flowing with all the...
There's water. It's just flowing deeper, and it's flowing from here and goes out toward these 8 different vaulted hallways.
I'm gonna think for a moment about the locations of the 3 murders above and where they are on the dregs based on where I'm standing now. What would be a good educated guess to head towards?
I love it. I'm going to make you a secret survival test.
Okay.
I'm going to make you a secret survival test.
All right.
So, what is your base chance, and do you have anything that modifies that?
44% and no.
Well, keep it or reroll.
Keep it.
I mean, you just don't know.
Unless he critically fails or critically succeeds.
Right.
Yeah. So, you follow your nose.
While he's doing that, I'm going to pull out my compass. Because Isla gave me a compass to commemorate me being at the top of my class.
That's right. Which direction you want to go? I'm going to follow my heart.
I'm going to go with him, but I'm going to keep track of which direction we're going and make sure that we're going east and or south.
Sometimes you have to go south to go. Yeah, sometimes you have to go. Sometimes you have to go south to go east. Sometimes you have to go down to go up.
And you smart folks bring a writing kit.
Oh.
We can just smear the shit on the wall.
You mean like the
I
other
have a
shit
writing
that's smeared
kit.
on the wall?
Yeah.
I will.
But it's in the shape of something.
Can we take out? Why don't you take out one of them fancy pieces of chalk you guys got?
It's too wet for chalk to work down here. You crazy?
Yeah, the walls are a little wet.
I've
Well,
got 8.
Even to the top?
Yeah, everything's kind of seeping water, or weeping water. Yeah, even the stones as they're fitted together, they seem to like weep water, and you can see like salty buildup where it is dry, and then wet greenish growth where it's not.
You could kind of draw a map.
Well, that would be my next suggestion.
I'll draw
Or,
And I'm gonna take the butt of my sword and kind of nick into the brick and see if, like, underneath you can kind of see a different color.
Yeah, you tink tink. You can see like red powder.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of do that at each corner that we come at to kind of,
Sure.
like, on my left hand.
Just scrape an arrow into the side.
Yeah.
Well, you begin wandering down below, following Hiram's nose, using the compass, creating a map. And because you'll be creating a map, it's going to take you a little bit more time to probably get where you need to get. So, Hiram, now I need you to make a challenging survival test.
Okay. Alright. 34% chance to succeed. I'm probably not the best person to do this. I did not succeed.
Well,
Can I ask you what are you doing? Do we know where we're going?
There's no map. No, I don't know where I'm going.
There's a map right here.
I'm making a map.
Well, okay. All right.
so
Maybe I should help next time.
you begin wandering around these
By all means.
strange, toxic, smelly tunnels. And after the first hour passes, I need all of you to make a routine toughness test.
Routine.
Sorry, it's easy if you're using the perfumed mask.
70. Got it.
01.
Nice.
Critical failure.
You get a critical failure.
Yeah.
I'll give
What'd
you a
say
point
it
for
was?
that.
Easy?
Easy.
63, got it. Easy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 30. Oh, 77, sorry. That one was routine.
Succeed.
What does that mean?
Success.
Success? Thumbs up.
I don't even know your number. I just need to know if you succeed or fail, or crit succeed or crit fail.
I said succeed and I gave you a thumbs up.
Oh. I thought you said 16.
Oh.
Oh.
Like, what?
She did say succeed. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what
Are
I
you
was
yelling at her for telling you what you're supposed to?
So who failed?
I critically failed.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, guess what, Hiram?
Uh-oh.
After the first hour... Oh, God. 15, 16... 19 physical peril. The smell is overwhelming to you, Hiram. The smell is not pleasant to anyone, to be clear. But the smell is wretched. And you find that you're having to hold back your dinner from tonight that you had earlier. It's hard to keep down the smell. Hot. Hiram stops to dry heave every once so often, and you've been dry heaving so much that your throat hurts, your voice is hoarse. That's just the first hour. You continue wandering around. It's clear that you're not heading the right direction. You've wound your way all the way back to the well. All the way back to where you began. What exactly are you looking for?
I don't think anybody knows.
Just poking
Coins
around,
and-
poking around, just
Coins and
seeing
creatures?
if there's anything of note. And the creatures too.
Why don't we go down one of the 8 tunnels?
That's what you've been
You
doing.
just did. We basically,
We didn't even choose which one.
he did.
Doesn't matter.
He randomly.
All right. So
And the
we
tunnels
know-
wind into a labyrinth of other tunnels. Like they continuously spoke outward. It just continues to be this winding labyrinth of chambers and vaulted halls, winding all over. Smelly tunnels that sometimes just terminate and don't go any further. Others lead to a deeper recess you dare not go down. You find yourself doubling back a lot, and eventually you end up back where you started an hour later.
All right. So we know from him that if we were to go west and north, we're actually heading towards the richer district. So obviously, if we're wanting to find stuff that resides here in the older parts of the sewer, we need to go east and south. We already know that spoke just got us back here. So these 5, are not up for debate then, right? We've just got
Sure.
these other 3 to check.
I can use my witch sight to see if there's any magic anywhere.
Did we see any magic from the rats area thing where the guys got bit and the house fell and all that crap before?
No, we didn't, but when we ran into the dog, we did. Our dog.
I reckon no self-respecting wizard be down here in these in the sewers.
Well,
I mean, is
But I
there
guess you
anything-
can take a look if you want.
I mean,
Are there any
skin off my
self-respecting
back.
wizards?
Not that I know of.
well, you can.
I'm gonna be blind for a little bit. You gonna guide me?
Yeah, I can do.
I mean, you won't be able to talk to her.
I mean, you bought rope, so, we just fasten rope around each other, huh?
No, we can't use the rope for that.
You and your fucking rope.
So
I'm gonna take my blindfold out and put it on my eyes.
it looks like Eagle's Knob is no longer going to be mapping. But you do still have the compass, which is
Oh,
good.
the mapping.
Yeah, you're going to be blinded. Now, you can cast Witch Sight. Which one? That one. Is an easy incantation test.
Anyone else know how to write?
I can draw a picture.
No.
Not really, no.
77.
It's not really writing, is it?
I fell asleep.
That's
during that
a
particular
pass.
lab.
Succeed.
Nice.
Here's 2 thumbs up, so it's very clear.
Okay. Okay, you
What is
want
going on
me
with
to
these
continue
cookies
with
that
map,
you,
or you want?
Broncos?
Yeah, you can make map. Yeah.
I'll just use the witch sight real fast. I'll take a look around, and then I'll take the blindfold off, just to see if any tunnels lead us
When you
anywhere.
remove the blindfold, the spell ends.
It worked that way.
Yes.
It worked.
You end
that
your spell abruptly if you do so.
Yeah, he's saying if you take the blindfold off, then
You'll
So you'll
get
only
your
have
map.
sight in this room, and then
until you
right.
take it off. Yeah.
Okay.
Lester,
I'll
I'm
keep it
sure
on.
you wrote a few
Yeah.
blitzball plays. You could probably write it down, right?
We have
I
someone
read
else keeps
blitzball
track.
plays. I didn't write them.
Here,
That's
we
true.
we have.
And they were
Hiram
usually
do
pretty
it.
characteristic.
Hiram, you
All
want me
right.
to write
Well,
the
someone
map?
else has got to lead the way then. If I'm going to be writing it down.
It might be best.
I will lead the way. No, you can lead the way.
All right.
Be sure to mark an hour off your light.
Me?
I don't know where I'm going, but you guys point. It's 3 tunnels. We got 3 tunnels. I'm gonna go
If you can just not lead us in a circle.
this
That
one.
might be.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go with it.
All right.
So
So
what
you're.
happened anyway?
Do I see?
How long
does
does
your,
lead us at
how long
my
does your
feet?
spell last?
42 days.
No, those are injuries.
3 minutes. 3 plus WB in minutes.
What's WB, Sarah?
Willpower bonus?
Yes.
Did I do
Warner
it?
Brothers.
So probably like 8.
6. So 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes.
Minutes, okay. Well, you begin making your way through. Who's leading the way? Okay. Roll a challenging survival test. Wilson. Phillips.
Man, why do they make these things so small now?
They'll be good. I know, right?
All right. I failed.
You want to roll?
No.
Well, you continue.
I mean, we don't know what the fuck we're doing even. I mean, why would I re-roll?
Let's just stumble onto something.
Yeah, I was saying, we're not actually trying to track because there's nothing to track.
So you're wandering through there, and
I'm sure I'm making this harder on myself.
there's a constant trickling river of sewage everywhere. But there's also a strange, distant, ominous sloshing.
That was the weirdest sloshing I've ever.
And you begin to see something with your witch sight equals to.
Fun.
There is this sickening purple glow coming from spots along the ceilings of the inside of these vaulted halls. Like something has passed through here and left its trail. Washed away on the floor, but on the walls, a different story. Like you can imagine these pseudopods kind of like moving
Is it like my
through the
staff?
tunnel. What's that?
Is it the same color as my staff?
No, it's a sickening purple glow. It is not the bright magenta of the flowers. This is the flower singular. It is a pretty ominous looking purple glow that only you can see. You reach out to touch it, and it's like this moss. All you can see, everyone else, is just like this green growth, like just the moss that grows along here. Everywhere, of course, between the stones, between the mortar. You imagine underneath on the floor near the water is as well. But you can see a clear trail.
So would you describe it as the moss among us?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't
Moss among
get
its
that.
toots.
It's a callback from our last campaign.
Oh.
So you wander for about an hour, and I need all of you to make an easy toughness test to see if the smell overcomes you again.
91.
Critical success.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Critical success.
Yeah, buddy.
I'll give you both my coins.
Wow.
I have no
You're gonna roll
misfortune. You have
coming
2 fortune. For critical successes, something has to happen.
Better roll. Take
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll roll.
You want to roll? Okay, I'll take one then.
I got a 78 chance. Why not? 15. There we go.
Hey, there you go. Well, as you're kind of going along, as there's this long tunnel, it kind of widens into this huge cistern, and the cistern must be like 10 feet wide by God knows how deep, because your lantern light that Sabella has doesn't quite reach to the opposite side. But you can see there is actually a lantern lying on its side, barely lit, bobbing up and down in about a foot full of water in here. Like the whole chamber is filled with water, and there's this lantern kind of bobbing in the water.
That's only a foot deep?
Yeah,
It's still lit?
yeah.
Is anyone with a lantern?
get it.
Maybe you use your Zweihander to try to fish that thing out.
Hello?
You. The voice, hello?
Hey, do you see anything with your, what did you call it again?
Which site? Do I see anything
It
with
does
my
not
witch
make me
sight?
think great things about you.
It's okay.
Well, not really, because whatever passed through here along the vaulted walls, clearly, like, it was not leaving a trail on the ground because of the water, and this whole cistern is filled with water, so you see nothing. It just kind of opens up into this large open cistern with huge vaulted ceiling, and you can hear water kind of coming from various places in here, like it's coming from somewhere. Like all the water seems to collect in here. Maybe this is like some sort of like massive storm drain where all the shit gathers. The smell is horrible.
Does the sloshing appear to be coming from here that we heard?
You heard an ominous sloshing pretty much everywhere you walked. When you kind of stop and pay attention, you can hear the trickling of water and whatever else is flushed into here.
Do we hear the sloshing anymore?
Not really.
Can we tell how deep this cistern
It's
is?
a foot deep.
Like all the way around?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're already in the foot deep
If
water.
you step inside, you'll be in the water. Yeah, because they all kind of all the tunnels are kind of slightly at an angle, but if you go in there, it's at least a foot deep.
We got our waders on.
You do.
You want to go in there,
Yeah.
boss?
Yeah, this just seems like a bad idea. Maybe
I'm thinking the
if
same
there's
thing.
like a lantern and it's still lit, which means recently somebody dropped
You
that.
going to go in there?
I want to.
I mean, if you
Maybe I should go instead of you, huh?
What if we go together?
You're a lot shorter than me. It'll look like a foot deep now, but you'll get
That's
further.
my fear.
Yeah. I am tallest amongst all of you, because, you not sovereign. But,
Yeah, we're pygmies.
but no. No, you just...
Yeah, come on, just go in there, tall guy.
The purple led to this room. We can't just turn around.
What purple? The hell are you talking about?
When I put my witch sight on something that I forgot to tell everyone where I was walking,
oh,
there was purplish magic remnants left behind.
but
Yeah, that would have
leads
probably
to
been
this
something to
room.
tell us because I would have went the other way.
what
Um,
is
you also
purple?
didn't ask.
What? Is there purple around here?
There's no purple in here. It looks like the water has washed it away.
I mean, way out there, you know, on the other side.
Wash away magic?
What's purple? What is purple's a color? What does it mean?
It's just a glowy purple color. I don't think the color signifies anything, and if it does, I don't know.
Not everything is always easy to classify.
Purple
Well,
means,
yeah, purple means shit to me.
It means it ain't natural. That's
I
what I
don't-
mean, I think.
It's definitely not natural. It's a horrible purple.
So hearing this, Sabella's gonna load up her flintlock.
You know, I just
Listen, I'm not familiar with all this purple rain stuff, but
More ice of the...
and I'm not seeing any prints around here, so I don't know what to look out for. But I'm gonna grab a rock.
I'm telling you, we gotta go into the water if we want to figure out what it is.
maybe not all of us.
Alright, come on.
Chuckles, I'll go with
I'll
you.
pull my sword and...
Keep in mind that these vaulted hallways are only one person wide.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You go behind me, I'll go first, and, yeah, let's hope I don't, just disappear.
We can all hold on to the rope. That way, if something grabs onto someone underneath the water, everyone else can pull them back.
Hey, it's a good thing you brought the rope, huh?
We can hold on to each other's cloaks, not the rope.
She obviously wants this rope or something. She's obsessed with it. So it's going to be something to do with
Okay,
her witchy
what's
stuff.
the rope for? I gotta ask now.
Witchy stuff?
Well, yeah, but like, what is it gonna do if you have rope?
Witchy stuff. I thought we.
Okay.
Is that not-
Just
I need
place,
the rope for something that I can't tell you about right now.
Place and unbelt.
But you have to trust me.
Okay.
Witchy stuff. I don't know how to explain that.
Place hand unbelt.
Doesn't explain shit.
I know.
I will go.
Do you still have?
You're guilty as this.
So, real quickly, just to be clear, I need to understand a marching order. First, who is at the head, not in the cistern, but who is in the hallway?
Well, first would be him because he's leading the way, so it'd be Wilson.
So,
right?
to be clear, who is standing in the vaulted hall? We know the two of them are going out into the cistern. I don't need to know anything about them yet. I need to know about who is standing in the hall.
Our current order.
Yeah.
Wilson first, obviously, because you're leading the way.
Okay, you were first, then second, and then I'll be third.
Sure, and then I'm probably fourth because I need to be somewhat centered because of light.
Light does not go past Lester. These are very, very narrow.
Well, if I'm
arches.
drawing the map, I gotta be next to the person with the light.
You can't be next to a person. Once again,
No, like he needs
Yeah.
to be in
Directly
order
behind,
near
so I can see
Okay.
the paper.
so who has the light?
me.
Okay, so you're in front of Lester.
You'd have to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or we would be able to see.
So then it goes you, then me.
So it
Then her.
goes Sabella, then who?
I think I'm at the.
So
with Chuckles, 'cause
Wilson,
we're going into the
Chuckles,
water.
me,
Yep.
Lester,
Okay.
No.
You going into?
then sorry, not Lester, then Hiram, then Lester, then I guess equals out unless Lester's last.
Who has a light for Hiram to see by? Who's behind him?
Oh, I need to be right directly behind him to give him light. Okay, then I would be behind Hiram.
I was gonna be by Chuckles, so because I still have my witch sight going.
Okay,
So I can
I'm going to
see-
choose a random order. So
Yeah.
this is going to be easiest. So here's what's going to happen. We need two people with light. It's going to be Lady Sabella and then somebody else. Who's the other person? Who else has light?
I do.
Above board. Who has light?
Above board, I have it.
I think I have some.
So if you're going to go into the cistern, are you going to carry light with you?
I guess I have to.
Okay.
But I thought there was a lamp in there.
Sabella has a lamp.
Okay.
So the question is, who has a lamp for inside the hallway, and then who has a lamp inside the cistern? That's what I'm
Me.
trying to determine.
I'll have the lamp. That way.
Don't you have a shield?
He's wearing
You destroyed my ship.
That's right. You threw it in the river.
You had a guy. The first time I ever even like got to
taunting
use
him.
it.
Well,
threw it in the
let's
river.
do this because you were gone and they did some shopping. Assume that you have a shield.
Okay. Well,
Then Chuckles could have it if him and Chuckles are the ones going.
it's
in
up to you guys. I don't care.
I can carry light. It's
There
fine.
we go.
Yep.
That works.
So, Chuckles has light. Wilson's going to the cistern, and you're heading toward this lantern that's bobbing in the water, expecting something really terrible to be happening. In
Obviously.
yeah, you're in waders. Obviously, something's terrible out here, but what is the marching order inside the vaulted hallway? We have Lady Sabella, right? Then we have who after Sabella?
If she has a lamp, that'd be me.
Okay. Hiram. Okay. So that means the light Lady Sabella has, as she's looking back toward everyone in the hallway, goes her, then you, then Lester, then Eaglestaff?
No, Eaglesoft is coming into the cistern with us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was
Yeah,
that was
so
her
3
plan.
and 3. Sure.
So the three of you begin to move through the water.
And I've got a flintlock pistol, kind of like aimed generally in that direction.
Yeah. You can hear this steady stream of water coming into this cistern.
Hold on, no. Eaglesoft, if you see purple light, tell
I
us
will
this
tell
time.
you.
All
Your
right.
spell's duration is
Nine.
over.
Oh.
I didn't get a last look.
Do you wanna cast it again? It lasted for 9 minutes.
Yeah, I think I need to. I think I need to cast it again so I can see where we're going. If I.
And Wilson, do you feel pretty confident that something is here in this cistern?
I have no idea. Like, I was just. She didn't tell us anything until we were. I'm basically stepping in the water, like, hey guys, there's purple shit everywhere.
What?
Whoa!
So-
it would have been great to know about purple shit before I started stepping in the water.
Do you think Eaglestaff is kind of off put by this? By the comments around your witchy stuff and
Witchy stuff. I don't know what it is.
Well,
how's she reacting to this?
Well, I know that I'm being elusive about a lot of things, so
Yeah.
I can't blame anybody
Okay.
for.
Fair enough. So your test will be easy. I was curious what your character's temperament was at the moment to determine their difficulty rating. I was going to see if actually being with Wilson would make you a little bit off-put you. Yeah.
What's the test?
Easy incantation to use your witch sight. Which one? That one.
That's a succeed.
Okay. You cast your spell. You and Chuckles and Wilson begin sloshing through this cistern. And water's kind of coming in at a pretty steady rate, but it seems to be swallowed by something beneath your boots. Like you feel the sucking of water kind of passing through something deeper inside here. Like you're walking on like metal. At times you're walking across metal grates. But the water there's so much water here, it's not actually going down the grates fast enough underneath your feet. It's about a foot deep. Slosh, slosh, slosh. And you get to that lantern. You're kind of scanning the area as best you can to see if there's anything strange. Nothing to be seen.
Can I use my
Yet.
sword to make sure that it's,
Yeah.
it's solid underneath the...
That's right. You have a Zweihander, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of poking around just to make
Probably
sure.
not going to use a Zweihander down here. I'm going to use my mortuary sword.
Okay.
Zweihander's
Sword
a little
shield.
big.
To be swinging around in this. It's
Yeah.
such a small enclosed area.
Yeah. The
I'm
good,
sure it's
thing,
not
the good
gonna
thing
work.
is this cistern is probably like 5 strides wide. The puppy. Mm-hmm. It's probably 5 strides wide. And you come to the lantern. Who wants to pick up the lantern?
I'll do it.
So you have 2 lanterns now, Chuckles?
Sure, why not?
You pick up one lantern. There's a little bit of water sloshing inside of it. And the light's it's flickering. Somebody's been down here recently. The pane is broken. That dog. Hey! Steady. The pane is broken to the lantern.
So it looks like it was dropped.
You walk out and you pick up the lantern, Chuckles. And like I mentioned before, a little bit of oil still in there. One of the panes is broken. You're not seeing anything equals Dav. You're still feeling around with your mortuary sword and your shield, I'm assuming, too.
Yep.
Just kind of watching. The cistern is maybe as wide as this room, maybe like 5 paces wide, 5 strides wide, if you will.
So we can see the whole thing now.
Yeah. You can see a distant vaulted tunnel narrow like the one you came through on the opposite side of this cistern, this large open room. And now you can see kind of like where the water's coming from. Now that it's kind of fully illuminated, you can see from the lantern light that you have, you can see that there are these port tunnels above, grated with iron, where water's just kind of pouring down into here. And there are basically sluice gates underneath your feet. You can feel water sucking beneath your boots. Like there's so much water coming through the port tunnels up above. There's too much. There's not enough sluice gates underneath you, so it's kind of slowly sinking through. But you imagine that most of the city's water is basically coming through to here. You would imagine, based on some of the salt, you can not the salt. Sorry, there's some driftwood in here, so you imagine you're pretty close to the river.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Because we keep
So-
going south, right?
When you consult
So,
when you consult your compass, you're south.
So Chuckles, how much oil does that thing have in it?
His voice kind of echoes inside here.
I would probably say, what, like an hour at most?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost out, like hour and most.
Yeah, that means someone was down here a long time ago.
Well,
That or maybe it spilled.
I mean, yeah, sure, a long time ago, but also not forever ago.
Right, but anywhere from like 5 to 6 hours ago. Unless it spilled.
well, or they could have already been partially using it at that point. You know,
Well,
you're
yeah.
assuming they just filled it and then dropped it in the sewer. You know.
Okay,
It
so
can't be more than 6.
you see,
Right.
whenever I pick up a new lantern, I feel the pain of everyone, but now I feel nothing.
I'm glad you don't feel any pain.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a dinosaur, Junior. Yeah, you're looking at it.
You too, man.
Must be
All right,
an older
all right,
millennial thing.
Yeah, no, it's a Gen X thing, but
Yeah, oh, not for
brothers who were
juniors,
Gen
though.
X, yes.
Well, what do you want to do now? Boss, it's clean. Or, I wouldn't call the word clean. Or anything blue and purpley to kill us.
Well,
You want to keep going?
How would you
We're
know
gonna
if
hit
there's
the river.
anything purple, Wilson?
You promised you'd tell me there was something purple.
There was no purple.
I mean,
Your deal did that.
Chuckles, if you swash around there ain't no like body under the water, right?
Hang on, as I start to like kind of move my feet around to see if I bump into anything.
Yes.
Oh wait, there's something.
Is it a big old rat?
is it purple?
Is there any girls here? I want to
Alright.
do them.
So how far is the water up in my
Everything's
like
purple.
It's foot deep.
foot deep? Okay, so it's still foot deep.
You gonna reach down?
Hey,
That cover a body.
someone hold this.
I'll hold it for you.
I mean-
I had you the one with the missing pane.
You grab you reach down, and you realize that you're standing over a sluice gate, and that the suction is holding the body down. And as he lifts it up, there's a look of abject terror on this dead woman's face, as all of the blood in her body has been sucked away. Her skin is tight against the skull. She looks like she would be waterlogged, but this happened recently. And she almost slips out of her clothes. So skinny she is. All of her musculature kind of like withered away. Her eyeballs rolled backwards in her head. You can see the veins on the sides of her face. Anyone who's nearby needs to make a challenging resolve test to resist stress. Eagles down, Chuckles, and Wilson.
Is 50.
You said it was challenging?
It's a challenging, yeah.
Challenging resolve.
I didn't expect that.
Oh,
You all
God.
failed.
Well, that's 6 corruption. You will each gain 6 corruption. And you all suffer 16 mental peril as you're now suffering from
16.
fear.
So okay,
I mean, do we still tell you still want to know where we're at?
I don't need to know unless you have a disorder.
If you have a disorder, secret.
I seem to remember.
Do you have a disorder?
Yeah. Don't you?
Go.
Right
So I'm guessing
underneath
that doesn't
your...
look so good.
Fish.
Huh.
Oh, that's right. You have fish
I
stories,
have
don't you?
fish stories.
That's all I need to know.
Looks like whatever happened there sucks.
Looks like something sucked the life of whatever. That's
What
it
does
for
Chuckles
sure.
do?
Chuckles just kind of sits there staring at this smaller person that is even smaller now, like kind of like
Something sucked the life out of her.
It's clear this is a night soil one of the night soilmen. Based on the way they're dressed. You can see a couple of the gong scrapers bobbing in the water by the body.
Something is down here.
Does it look like a rat did it? I'm like behind everyone. I have no
Eagles
idea what
Dove?
this looks like.
You and I need to roll a d6 for surprise. If your dice lands on a face 6,
Jesus.
you gain surprise. If my dice lands on a face 6, I gain surprise. If both dice land on a d6, the party gains surprise. 4.
1.
Oh.
Did you turn yours into a 6?
You can turn yours into a 6.
I will. You want to spend it? You want to spend a coin to turn yours into a 6?
got-
Yeah,
Goddamn right
and
you
then
do.
we'll both be 6.
That's right.
Yep.
So then
we
we
get
get surprise. Cool. Okay. Not from the cistern, or even the far vaulted hall across the way. Instead, by Lester, you hear this ominous sloshing sound, and suddenly there is this horrendous smell and this heat coming off the water, as clearly something has has unplugged a nearby sluice gate. At first you think it's like, oh shit, literally something has been uncorked, and that's when you see something horrendous roiling and boiling the water. This living thing of a mass of matted straw, bits of detritus, driftwood, little bits of rock, rat carcasses, and this filth moving, sloshing, sliding through the tunnel with these long, gangly, not tentacles, just extensions of the shit and straw, bits of broken bottle, not moving on the floor, but moving along the ceiling and the wall, kind of making its way toward you. As suddenly, your light no longer is blocked off by this thing as it fills the tunnel, and it's coming right for you.
It's coming right for you.
And the beautiful thing is that you actually have surprise on it. From where Lester is, at least. As this...
He's gonna eat me!
This...
Push back.
This thing of filth begins barreling toward all of you, unbeknownst that you're even there as of this point. Lester, you're the closest to it. What are you gonna do? It's about... it is 13 yards away.
I'm going to let everyone know, first off, there's something behind us. There's something behind us! You're gonna eat us.
We'll start moving into the cistern.
Hold on. We need to go in order.
Okay.
It's going to be Wilson first off. So, you see it. You see something, you look back toward your friends, and suddenly the light that was shining down the distant hallway, goes dark. It struck a solid wall, and you're you start to see it glisten and move. Beyond where they're at.
I think we found what ate her. Is there a way that I can position myself against the wall so that when it comes out I can strike it?
Yeah, you can do that.
And then I will bank the rest of my AP.
So what's your movement?
8.
Okay. Alright. So you slosh, and you can put your back against this wet, nasty wall of dreck and filth, waiting for whatever it is to come through. Who's next?
Hiram.
Hiram, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna...
You're directly behind Sabella. Sabella's directly behind Lester.
Who's closest to the cistern?
You should be.
You.
Okay. I guess I will move out of the hallway.
How deep into the cistern will you go?
And I was going to take someone along with me.
So spend an action point.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna take with you?
The closest person.
Sabella?
Yeah.
Yes,
How far are you gonna take? You gonna go out there?
Just a yard outside.
1 yard outside?
1 yard outside the opening. Yeah.
So basically, you want to go around the corner? It's 2 yards.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Just trying to make
an
kill
opening
pocket, basically.
Yeah, you can do that. Cool. Okay. That's one. That's 2 action points. Anything else you want to do?
Just make it.
Yeah. Who's next?
Eaglestop.
When you do equal stuff, you're in the water, the dreck, the filth. You see something barreling through the tunnel, behind Lester, not here in the cistern, but in that adjacent hall that you came through. You can see something wet moving, this mass of something the light's kind of reflecting off of, and the smell of shit is horrible. It's horrid. You can smell before it even comes.
Well, I'm already pretty panicked, and from seeing that dead body, the woman's face, so I'm gonna kind of freeze and then just take the staff and bang it to the ground and hope that something comes of that.
Nothing does. That's one action point.
Great. Then I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take my walking cane.
So you want to drop your staff?
No, I don't. I don't want to do that.
You have 2 action points remaining.
And I'm close enough to strike it? Or no?
No.
He's just barreling towards me?
It's, once again, it's closest to, if you recall, that Lester, Sabella, and Hiram were in the tunnel leading into the cistern. You and your friends Chuckles and Wilson are in the middle of the cistern, some number of yards away. If you were to try to close in on this thing, you'd have to push past Lester, who's in the tunnel. You were nowhere near it.
Okay. Well, I want to go around everyone else so I can help protect them.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend an action point to move towards, or maybe 2 action points to move towards them.
What's your move? Your move value. Second sheet.
6.
6. Okay. You move over toward, we'll assume, Wilson, where he's positioned against the back of the wall of the cistern, waiting for this thing to spill forth from the vault into here to strike, to gain surprise. It'll cost you 1 action point. You have 1 left. You gonna bank it? Is there something else you want to do?
Bank it.
Okay. Who's next? Sabella. You're now out in the cistern as well, as you've been drug out here.
Okay, so I am going to use worthless weapons.
Okay.
And I am going to go ahead and go for the leadership test to inspire.
Okay. What do your friends hear?
We've got it blocked in the hall. If we can keep it to here, only one of us has to face this thing.
And she's going to raise up her shield as well.
It'll be easy.
When she says that. Okay. 60. Use a coin.
I'll take
Oh wait,
that.
you said easy? No, 71. 70 would have been correct. So yeah. Coin.
Okay.
Use
Cool.
a coin. No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Words fall on deaf ears.
So that was 1.
Yeah, you want to try again?
Why not?
Yeah, it's now routine.
Oh wait, easy. I did make it the first time.
Okay.
I was thinking 10 for route to easy. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, so everybody gets +3 to their initiative as well.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
Noise. I'm at a 20.
yeah, so adjust initiatives up there.
And everybody gets the +1 peril, +1 damage.
That's the important part. Because of your trait.
Yep. I have the military formation trait, which is the one that gives the initiative raise.
Nice.
Okay. Right, and so then I am going to point my flintlock pistol down the hallway, and I ready a shot for when Lester's out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna just shot because that's my last AP.
Okay.
So
Who's next?
Lester Killjoy.
All
You're
right.
the only one in the tunnel at this point, Lester.
Yeah, Lester Nonis wins to get out of the pocket. It's time to scramble. All right, so he's gonna, for 1 AP, he's gonna reach into his rucksack and pull out one of his pigskins.
Okay.
This one is wrapped up in some oily rags. So what he's gonna do?
It doesn't cost you any AP to to get a weapon out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Right, so I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to move into the cistern. I'm going to look
What's your
for...
move?
My movement is 7.
Okay. So it'll cost you 3 to get out of the hallway.
Okay.
How deep do you want to go in the cistern? Another 4 yards?
I want to find someone that has the lamp. Like, who has the broken lamp? I'm going to use Eaglestaff, right?
Eagle stuff.
Yeah, Eaglestaff does, but
She
Eaglestaff
grabbed
is right beside you along the wall where she's positioned herself right by
Because I
Wilson.
want to use that as the fire source to light my flaming flying pigskin.
You got it. Okay.
And then
That's 2 action points.
And then I'm going to sight down the hall and give it a throw.
Love it. Okay. You throw. It's an easy test.
All right.
It was 13 yards. Or sorry, from where you're at now, it's 16 yards.
Great. It's 18 plus perception, so I got this.
18 plus
That's a pigskin. I was looking
That's
it
right,
up
yeah.
just recently.
That's
I was like, that can't be
Nice.
right.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 18 plus perception.
Okay.
which
Think how
is,
far you can throw a football, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
Over
so
the mountains.
football over the
Whoa,
mountains.
whoa, whoa.
I can throw it 23 yards
That's right.
at short distance.
That's right.
what
And
I'm
you're
thinking.
throwing it into a hole. Like
Right.
a very small.
Yeah.
So you. The whole pigskin's on fire at this point.
Yeah.
You see like bits and trails of gauze behind it, fling, and you know it's filled with something sloshing around.
It's like a tracer round.
Yeah.
basically.
Go ahead and throw it.
All right, so you said easy. So
Easy.
That's
At
going
short
to be a
distance.
76. That's an 89. I'm going to take a
reroll.
reroll.
Yeah, please. Come on, the football's got it.
I know, it's got to hit. All right. 76. 65. Success.
Nice. Roll damage and add additional 1d6. Apparently, it's weak to fire,
Oh, well.
and you add 1d6 for surprise.
Oh. That's 6, 4, 2. That's 12 plus 3, 15 plus combat is 4, 19.
What do we see?
Yeah, you just see this streak of light, and it hits it, and you're not kind of sure what happens, and then there's probably a little bit of an explosion.
Yep. How much damage again?
It was 19. And then it needs to roll a coordination test to see if it's on fire, if it's still alive.
Yeah. So it's slightly wounded by that attack, and a coordination test. You said
Yes.
can't because it's surprised. It can't resist.
Okay, then it's on fire.
Yeah.
Takes 3D.
Easier to see.
3d10.
Roll it.
Okay. That's a 760, so 23.
Okay. It is seriously wounded. However, being a
Sear, I guess?
That's right, seared. Yes, that's right. Being a creature of muck and shit and detritus, it cannot suffer injuries, for it is nearly
Okay.
formless. It's kind of burning. The smell of burning shit fills the
man.
room. And you can see it smoldering, and the smell is roiling out of the hallway into the cistern, kind of washing across the water. You can see the smoke kind of across all of you until you see the. This thing is like coming still through the hallway, unabated by the burning flames. Chuckles?
Chuckles is gonna move forward, scoop up Lester under his armpits, and bring him back towards the edge of the sewer. As he's still standing right in its way.
So he is 6 yards away from you. So you need to move 6 yards,
Yeah.
grab him, and spend 2 AP to move how far?
Another 6, yeah.
Okay, so back to where you're at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get to roll initiative.
Can I take my shot?
It's not out here yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not out here. Unless you... I'm sorry. Yes, you can. I'm so sorry. You absolutely can.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
just
I was
not
just waiting
near
for
you.
Lester
Yeah.
to be out of my
So
way,
it
so
is...
sorry.
So from where you're at,
Flaming flying pigs.
it is 13 yards away.
Which would
I've
be
waited this for 11 games or
so
whatever.
9 is my short distance.
So it's medium. So it's so your test is no longer easy. It's now routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
pretty-
So
it's
you
on
always
fire, so
always
it's
know your
easy.
distance now, because that actually impacts your. Or sorry, no, it's not easy. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not routine. It's still easy. You just take -10 on your
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 71. It's still easy, you said? That hits. 70. 7 is my chance. Yep, still hits.
Roll damage. You hear the firing of the. Oh, is it a flintlock?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine then. It's not like you've been down in the smelly wet well.
Wick is not gonna work if you
Down is a blunderbuss.
No, it is a flintlock that I took off of Dwight.
Dwight.
Oh yeah.
Dwight Schrute.
And my damage.
Question: Who runs Bargetown? False river rats.
The rat catches.
1 explodes because it's gunpowder.
That's right.
Yeah.
Explodes
So,
at 1.
You also get one for surprise.
Nope. That's right.
I have
really
this
like that
crack,
crash.
Another explosion!
10. Okay, you know what? I hate rolling on my character sheet, old like lore, but
Uh-huh.
11, 16, 17. I'm gonna 1 this thing to death. 20.
20 damage. Okay. Whew. That's an opening volley.
It's grievously wounded.
Oh.
So, now I need to roll initiative. This
poor
fetid
bastard.
thing, this poor, wretched filth, whatever you may want to call it, this filth ooze, if you will.
Well, we just call him the doo-doo monster.
Voodoo monster.
So on the red one,
Yeah.
red one there, put filth ooze, and it has an initiative 18.
Ooh, dang.
It's a smellemental from Dogma.
A smellemental.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
Me and you, filthy.
A smellemental. It is a smellemental. So Wilson, it's your turn. What do you want to do? This thing is still 13 yards away down that hall. It hasn't been able to do anything because I was surprised. It hasn't moved.
It's on fire.
It's on fire, yeah.
Well, the plan is to wait for it to come out.
Yeah.
So I will hold. Can I hold?
You absolutely can. Go ahead and move Wilson to the side if you would. Just take his name and move it to the side. Shove the filth ooze in there, though.
Okay.
That smelly wretch. So, at the beginning of its turn, it does 2 things. One, it is on fire.
Yeah.
But it also because it's among the filth and the dreck beneath the city, it also revivifies. So I'm gonna say we'll account for revivify first, and then we'll roll fire damage.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Because it's not, it'll die.
Yeah. It's fine.
so because it's on fire, it has to roll a coordination test to see what happens.
Right.
So because it's no longer a surprise and it can resist.
Yeah.
This is 75%. Nice. 0-2. It's not on fire.
There you go.
So, because it's kind of moving through the tunnel, like it hisses, like as it kind of lands and lobs into the water, just all of its ooziness, its smellementalness, just kind of begins to kind of ooze across. You ever seen Creepshow? You know, and they're in the middle of the middle of the lake, and that black pool of kind of burbling, moving muck. Like as it's moving very quickly through the tunnel, it's just kind of like slowly spreading across the water until its great berth reaches both sides of the cistern and begins to up the walls too, as its mass it's literally large. As it spreads across the walls and the tunnel it came out of and across the water. And Wilson, if you wish to take your strike now, you should do so. If you want to interrupt its turn.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Oh! You strike down with your weapon, and the hot, acidic smell, the smellemental, of this filth ooze. Like at first you kind of recoil at the smell and you realize, this thing is hot and it smells like burning acid.
So
It's Taco Bell poop.
Yeah. It's actually Poncho's. in about 3 hours, Jimmy.
So, well, then I'll pause. Did we, above board, did we realize that the fire is actually hurting this thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it burned and hissed and popped and sizzled and seemed to recoil at it. I mean, you like I said, you always know both above board and quote in character
Right,
where
I
it's
thought
at,
so.
like where it's roughly at, where it's almost dead. Like you know the damage condition. I always telegraph that to you. It's always a way for you to think narratively, like how hurt this thing is. And it was grievously wounded when it was struck with the fire and then shot.
So I would like to go ahead and grab. I have many vials of oil because we bought so many.
And give him the well. Okay, it's gonna take 2 AP to yank out.
Okay.
You get the oil,
I mean, it's right in front of me, right?
but it's not on fire.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'm gonna smash
it.
oil,
Okay.
oil against it.
Okay, so I need you to roll a trivial, simple range test.
Trivial, simple range.
Yes.
So it would be 82. I got a 25.
Okay. It just kind of like sits in there. Roll a d6. Let's see if it shatters. If it lands on face 6, it does not shatter. Oh!
Yeah.
1 vial of oil wasted. But at least you have easy access to the rest of your oil. Do you want to load another one from 1 AP and throw it?
Sure.
Okay. Ha! You throw it. Roll a trivial, simple range test again.
Okay. 82.
What's your roll?
Can I have one of those?
Sure, yeah, I'll take a coin. I love coins.
Success. Yeah, success so far.
Okay. Roll these 6 to see if it shatters.
It shatters.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
The oil falls once again into the dreck as I
Wait,
turn that
can I
into
use
a
an oil
six.
to... Here. I want to go backwards.
No, to be
only
clear,
make it a
you can only use a coin to turn something into a face 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the tricky part of it.
That's the tricky part.
You can't turn it into a 1 or something.
Okay, well, do I see the oils?
Yes. Do you want to shatter them with an action point? You can take it and just you can swing your sword and shatter them both.
Well, there's a lantern right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna snatch that lantern up and smash it on those.
So that's going to be 1 action point
Okay.
to grab the lantern. So you'll need a coin.
Okay.
So I'll take your coin, and then you need an action point.
You guys okay with
Throw
this?
it.
Yep. Go.
Do it one.
I got flaming flying pigskins.
That's right. Okay. Roll the beautiful bean footage. Okay, it is going to be for you a routine, simple range test.
Simple range?
You're trying to hit.
Oh yeah.
You're trying
I
to
was
hit.
just gonna
You're trying to hit the bottles where they're at.
Okay.
To ensure that they
Routine,
shatter and
simple
you're still
range.
on fire. Yeah.
So, routine.
I thought it was a melee
60.
range.
Yeah, I did too. 62.
I will say, yeah, it's a good point.
If it's...
Also,
if it's...
time out. Here, I'll let you do one of two things. If you decide to use melee, you may potentially catch on fire too, if in fact it does catch on fire. If you use simple ranged, you will not risk any chance of catching on fire. It's up to you.
Melee!
Melee it is! Okay.
I love that.
Boom! Okay, so vials of oil do 2d6 fire. Or sorry, yes, it's 2d. It's 2d6. But it's I'm so sorry. I actually clarified this in the starter kit. Roll 2d10 plus 2.
2d10.
10 plus 2. Okay, so 13, 15.
Okay. It is grievously wounded, and I need you, because you're right beside it. You, what kind of test did you make to
Coordination?
strike it? It was a routine, so your coordination test is challenging
Okay.
to see if you catch on fire.
06.
Nice. So it is currently burning. Let's see if it catches on fire.
Catch on fire.
It's a 65.
I surprised
it's a
it too, right?
No, it's a
No.
65% chance though, because it is technically challenging. I just wanted to rob you of some action points.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you know. I rolled a 0.5. It's not on fire.
Ugh.
Well,
So,
I tried, guys. I was trying to kill the thing in one round.
Wilson took his turn. Now it's the Filthuse's turn. And what ends up happening is you can hear the water kind of bubbling and burbling beneath of it as the smell of rancid burning shit kind of rises and like suddenly there's all these limbs that extend outward in 9 yards every single direction here. All of you're kind of like trying to duck and dodge as these globs of burning shit and dreck are flying all over the place like
Oh, I forgot my new. I don't know if I get to use it.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Soldier of Fortune means they have to flip to fail that.
What do you mean?
Flip to fail your rolls, but I don't know if I get to use that because we haven't decided.
I'm sorry, what? Let's be clear here.
What is
do you
the-
mean, Soldier
what
of
is
Fortune?
Flip to fail what roll?
What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Resists.
Yeah.
It's commentary, right?
Yeah, hold on. Can't
Oh, you
remember.
did go with that.
Well, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I actually didn't decide because that's why I said I don't think I get to use it.
So what can I say?
Whenever you make a attack action or perilous stunt using a melee weapon, foes must flip the results to fail to dodge, parry, or resist it.
Nice. So that would have been a 50, and it still made it, right?
But yeah, but
Yeah. But it's good. But that's good. Remember that. Commentary is a badass profession. Just to be clear.
It is badass profession.
Regardless, it's pseudopods, globs of burning hot shit, everywhere. And you're kind of like, oh, everyone's kind of trying to get out of the way as you feel the hot spackle of acidic. Imagine like when you have really, really bad diarrhea, how that feels. That's what it feels when it strikes your skin, your flesh. It's hot, it's acidic, it's burning it. The stench is horrendous. But only one person is technically made victim to this pseudopod tentacle attack. And I think it's going to be completely random tonight.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh. Before you do that,
Yes.
I should probably pick my battle buddy.
You can do that on your turn.
Oh, it said at the beginning of battle.
You forgot. Sorry. 6. Hi.
Hey. It's fine.
I guess your battle buddy's the bob. The blab.
The blobs. The tentacle reached out. It's a 65% chance for the Smellemental to strike.
Okay.
37.
Okay.
It's a hit. It's a melee attack. You want to try to parry?
Yeah, let's go for it. Why not?
It is going to be a challenging test. This thing is big.
Okay. Trying to remember what my. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sheets
No worries.
moving around.
What are you using to parry with?
My shield.
Nice. What kind of shield? Okay. Are you using simple or martial? It's up to you.
I can do simple or martial. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's the same number either way.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna use my shield to attempt to parry. I get my plus 10% because even if I didn't pick a battle buddy, I still get that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Myself. So that puts me at 77%. If
Okay.
it's just a standard.
Yes.
61 will do it.
Nice. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a me.
That's a me, Chuckles! You see one of its pseudopod tentacles kind of reach out and stretch almost like a web of like such. Is this going to try to do a chokehold?
That's fun.
Oh, that's kind of like
Hot, sizzling,
Three of it.
poopy choke. Its
Alligator
chance to
choke.
strike
One of
is 65. I rolled 26.
All right.
It's big. It's a hard test to resist.
Okay. So hard test resist with
It's you're being choked, so
athletics.
athletics or
Okay.
toughness. It's up to you.
Toughness. I will choose toughness.
Okay.
So hard will be 41.
dang, you're tough as hell.
Still not good enough. It's a 50. How many coins do we have?
Just 3.
We got enough.
Do it.
Alright, yeah, let's do this.
Don't get
'cause
choked out by food.
It's a shitty way to die.
It is.
Ew. 19.
Alright, let's try. 41. 46.
not
So
close.
I fail.
Not only is it drawn into... Not only is Chuckles drawn into a chokehold, as you feel the life crushed out of you as the hot, burning, acidic excrement kind of goes down your throat and in your ears.
Oh, yummy.
Oh, it burns so bad.
Yeah.
It's
It's like you got acid reflux in your ears.
It's yeah. So it is 15 physical peril. It is also 15 damage.
Alright.
And then Chuckles is swallowed inside the muck as he's been swallowed by the Smellemental. You find yourself surrounded by darkness as you're kind of thrashing against, and you can see Chuckles' hand stretch out through the muck and the shit. He's just trying to pull himself out as he's literally fighting against this thing, trying to pull him like into it. You can see him just. If there's this, what's that movie poster from Evil Dead 1 where you see the person kind of fighting through the earth? That's kind of what you're seeing with Chuckles. He's stretching toward the sky. Toward the top of the cistern. Do you have any light?
Had light. I don't know. Yeah.
It's kind of it's bobbing. It's bobbing inside the. It's bobbing inside the Smellemental, the filth ooze. Roll d6. Let's see if it shatters.
Sure. Let's
roll 6.
Yeah, let's definitely see that.
It's.
Definitely not see that.
Oh no, it's 40.
Could we use a coin to turn that into a 6?
I don't want to lose the
You sure can.
I don't know if you
But-
want that to happen.
Oh no, you're in there.
Yeah.
It'd be a bad idea.
I mean, I'm all about chaos, but sometimes I want to keep my character. So.
And
I was just curious. I want to know
Then-
our options.
suddenly, like the thing, like kind of, you see it kind of pick up like a membrane. It starts to vibrate, like this kind of like membrane of shit and muck and ooze, like. And you can hear like the sound of all these people it swallowed, like these deep, hollow voices as it uses a litany of words as weapons for litany of hatred. That is a 70%. I should probably roll percentiles next
That would
time.
help.
60. So your +1 peril damage threshold is now gone as you've been intimidated. And I'll spend coin as it begins to not charge. It begins to essentially hustle or kind of rolling over itself. Like imagine like cake batter when it's kind of rolled inside of like when they use a whip. It kind of just kind of rolls over itself, and you can see Chuckles. He's kind of arm over leg like a doll, like he's kind of moving with it as the thing moves into the middle of the cistern around all of you, as it is now engaged with literally everyone.
It's like one of those cartoons where all the fists are coming out of the clouds.
Yeah. So now its turn's over. The filth ooze's turn is done. Hiram, what are you gonna do?
When one of Hiram's fists comes out of this poop cloud, I will try to grab it and pull him out.
Okay. Ah! You. Okay, so you're gonna reach in and try to pull him out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a hard athletics test to wrench him out of the muck.
Alright. I am wearing waders, so this is gonna be flip fail. Yeah. So that's a 13% chance to succeed. Nope. Didn't die.
As you thrust your hands in, are you wearing armor?
Yeah.
Hot, sizzling, acidic filth and muck. You need to resist with a coordination test. This test for you is standard.
Alright. 57. Nope.
your armor gains the ruined quality. As you withdraw your hands from where Chuckles is inside, you see bits of the... What kind of armor are you wearing?
Leather.
You see bits of the leather kind of like just going to break apart from the acidity of this thing. And your intuition was right, Wilson. If you were to thrust your weapon into this, it could potentially be drawing away just the hilt. That's one action point. What do you want to do next?
After I see that, I'll be like, fire! Put it up! Put it on fire! Light torches!
Maneuver out of the engagement.
Anything!
Okay. You
Chuckles is in there.
you move away.
All right. That's 3.
Who's next?
Stop's next.
Stop. What's he
She's
gonna
coming
do?
here to F some stuff up. She's got to get her boy Chuckles out of here.
Yeah, she does.
What do you do?
Alright, so I'm going to cast magic. This is my plan. So I got this walking stick. I'm going to put the other stick that I have in my bag. I'm going to take the walking stick out instead. I'm going to cast candlelight and rub my lantern oil on the stick, poke it into where Chuckles is, and try to like get it to spread so Chuckles can get out of it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab for him to pull him out after this shit monster has spread apart.
Okay. So first you need to cast your spell.
Yes.
And because you are in a perilous situation, it's hard.
Can I?
You always can.
Will you draw deeper from the well?
You want cookie?
Mamagoosh.
Oh,
If you do,
maybe
you
good.
must call their name out. You can hear a whisper on the wind. Call for me, my love.
I'm gonna do it.
Whose name do you call out, and what do they see when you do this?
Calling his name.
Okay. I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna call out a demon, Ivan. As I call him out, you can see the space kind of ripping apart as he comes to me, and I ask him for his help. And everyone around me sees this happening, and I'm assuming I'm very disturbed by it.
Sure.
Yeah.
How many steps are you going to channel for? 1, 2, or 3?
All of them.
It's hard right
I
now.
gotta get him out. I gotta channel 3.
Okay, so that makes it routine.
Okay. And what was it? Incantation?
Yeah. Always for spells.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so 47, 57, 67. Succeed, but we've got some chaos here.
Sure.
Succeed, and we have some there.
Yeah! Let's go with the positives here.
You are made victim to divine retribution. He does not plant a kiss upon you, but instead he sinks his fangs into you, metaphorically. Roll percentiles.
What am I going for?
Who knows?
We don't
It's a
know.
table, yeah.
It's a divine retribution table that's new in the starter kit.
Oh. 28.
Well, let's put it this way. Low and high are always bad. That's always how dance tables work.
I would like for you to read your dooming aloud. Ivan throttles your throat, taking hold of your vocal cords and moves them upon his own accord. You do not hear her voice. You hear some distant, disembodied voice. And what does that voice say?
What does the demon voice say? My
Yeah,
demon?
read your dooming aloud.
Okay, the demon voice says, "The stars can lead you astray."
So, at any point in time in the near future, I'm going to flip the results of any die you roll you make to fail that relates to that dooming. That's your divine retribution.
Always paying for magic. Always paying for magic.
It's new. There's a whole new divine retribution table. No one's seen here yet. That was called Doom is Nigh. So I'm gonna hold this right here and just
Doom
hold
is
on to it when I
dying.
want to, whenever I want. It's up to
you
me.
love the science.
So
I
now
it, Doom.
you thrust the burning stick in to try to part it and try to pull Chuckles out. This is going to be a hard athletics test. Or actually, you're using a burning stick, so we'll make it a standard test.
Okay,
instead.
standard athletics.
Yeah. It's the Exorcist.
Top of
like
bone
other
bronze.
voice.
52. Need a 52.
Are you wearing waders?
Yeah.
Slip to fail.
This is why Dan had us all put on waivers.
92. 92. You want to reroll? You have a coin. You got 3.
It's your call.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Reroll.
Just roll an 11.
Slip to fail still.
Yeah, just roll an 11. That's all. That's all you
22 works well too.
31.
31.
31 works.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you succeed?
Yeah, I succeeded.
You grab a hold of Chuckles and pull him forth from the filth as he splashes into the water. Roll a standard coordination test.
Okay.
Let's see what happens to ye old walking stick.
He old walking stick spot.
You said standard?
Yes.
Not gonna be good for me.
You
30 to do
matchstick.
it.
The old matchstick is gone.
Not even close.
Okay. Your walking stick gains the ruined quality.
Is it still on fire?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it still on fire?
No, it's not on fire at all. Whenever you do damage with a lantern, it takes fire damage, and then if you succeed your test, it can't catch on fire at that point. So it's gone. It's over. But if you did it again, it may. So if you threw another lantern and oil at it. So your walking stick gains a rune quality. Rune obviously has -3 damage for weapons. I believe, isn't it right? I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
Somebody look it up. You all know the rules. You've been playing this long enough.
Look at the player's
Yeah,
handbook.
if
You have Player's
Exactly
Handbook.
right.
So, your turn's over, Eaglestaff. That brings us to who's next?
Lady Sabella.
Sabella. The filth ooze is grievously wounded, burning, hot, spattered excrement all over. What will you do?
Are we using any of the Flames of Freedom stuff still or no?
Not actions of kind. No, we've moved back to Zweihander.
Okay, so no quick load.
No, there is quick load. It's part of the Zweihander starter kit now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually part of the load
That's what
action.
I was actually asking.
Yeah, you just are defenseless till the beginning of your next turn.
Well,
Just keep in mind you
that
are
may
in
not be a next turn, so.
That's why I'm fucking quick load.
Okay.
And then
You're currently defenseless?
I will be after I use that, yeah.
Okay, you provoke an opportunity attack. As you are gathering your weapon, trying to load it as quickly as you can, suddenly a pseudopod glob comes out.
Okay.
It is routine, so that means it's a... where's my attack here? 75. 53.
Okay.
Defenseless.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it.
Explosion. Oh god, this is not good. It's 11 plus 9. That's 20. 23 damage.
Okay. Okay, so I am grievously wounded.
Oh no! Roll 3d6.
Okay.
See if you're injured.
Yeah. There. Yep.
Oh no!
Yep.
What'd you say?
Well, because you're grievously wounded by this creature, burning acidic pseudopod stuff can't really injure you, but it can impart the ruined quality to your armor.
Could I use a fate point to negate all of this? Or no?
Yes.
I'll use a fate point.
Well,
Hold on.
you should use a coin to edit the situation, I think. Don't use a fate point. Use a coin to edit it. To be clear, if you use a coin, you don't go down to grievously wounded.
Okay.
If you use a fate point, you're not grievously wounded. Sorry, if you use a fate point, you don't go to grievously wounded. If you use a coin, you avoid the ruined quality in a creative way.
Okay, so I would still get the ruined quality if I use a fate point, but I would not be grievously wounded.
Correct. Just a little bit of a trade-off. What outcome would you prefer?
You know what? I need to still be able to attack, and Ruined is gonna fuck that up. So I guess I'll use a coin.
Okay. What happens?
Okay. So as she's refilling and the tentacle reaches out to try to grab her and attack at her, it rips into her. But part of the gunpowder that's coming out of her flintlock hits the lantern and sparks up and causes it to pull back before it can actually do damage to her. So
It draws a limb,
Yeah.
and then you fire.
Yeah.
It's routine. You're engaged. It's black powder.
Oh, I didn't know it asked. All right. Okay, Marshall made 7, 41 will hit.
Roll damage.
1,
Explosion.
6. So that would be give me 13, but I'd like to turn that first one into a 6.
What's your last coin?
So 11, 18, 21.
I wonder if that's enough. BLAM! She fires into the filth ooze as it everywhere, just spatters everywhere. Hissing, sizzling, popping. The heat off of this thing just comes to a slow, burbling nothing. Petering out.
Petering.
Now smells like the bottom of a bread bag. This kind of like carbon dioxide and the scent of morning farts and a terrible, terrible overall scent as you have dispelled the smellemental.
Falls back against the wall. Somebody check on Chuckles, please.
Chuckles, you could have come out of the water wide-eyed. Only his eyes, the whites of his eyes can be seen. The rest of him is just covered in filth. Something like you've ever seen The Descent, like those things. Yeah. He sees the whites of his eyes as the filth ooze has been dispatched, flushed, if you will, and you can see the sluice gates starting to suck it down, like as the bits of the brackish black excrement are being sucked down beneath your feet through the water, slowly kind of twisting as the whole thing is like this, like a big wet black trash bag slowly being drawn into the water.
As this happening, I grab one of the rat tails that's caught up in that mess.
Okay. You.
I look for magic items that aren't destroyed by
That's
them.
right. John
Loot,
the shit. You grab one of the tails, and you pull out what you think at first was like a medium-sized dog, and it's like the biggest fucking rat you've ever seen. It's huge. Not only that, its little hands terminate in human-like fingers. Its little feet have woven boots upon it. Its little belt pouch is filled with coins. And we'll stop here for the night.
So it's a loot rat.
That's right. So everybody gets 100
Exactly,
reward points for the evening.
Hey, that's our
and,
first advance.
All right.
Yay! So who got some sweet corruption tonight?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I got any.
I did.
I got 6 of them.
That was a tough fight. I didn't really know what to expect, honestly.
That's fine.
It can be found in a new adventure for next year. The corruption roll for tonight is 1.
What's all in this box here?
Your book.
Goodies.
Is there goodies in there too?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We're obviously pressed on time tonight because we're going to wrap up at 10. We're wrapping up a little earlier than we normally do, but
Sorry, guys.
it's all good.
I got
continue.
some.
We'll continue next week, same bat time, same bat channel, for session 11 of Memento Mori, and we'll pick back up here in the Cistern. So, thank you all for watching, listening, doing what you do. Bye.
hopefully not
Bye-bye.
eating while they're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you used the word poop.